Hello pals, I'm my kindness 97 and today I'd like to talk to you about Bumo. Blockchain, though a novel technology and still very much at its nascent stage, especially when you look through the lens of adoption in many quarters, it's still very much at its nascent stage. However, you quite agree with me that blockchain is one of the few technologies that shows good promise, and then it's almost certain in the next few years, in the coming years, it will have a huge part to play in the shaping of events and things. This is almost very certain. Um, Prior to the invent and the advent of the blockchain technology, ours was a world governed by centralization and third parties and middlemen. Basically, it was such that users could not perform. It would seem that they could not perform and they could not act on their own without the help of middlemen or brokerage parties. When you look, there's so many aspects of our world then that was governed by this literally, and we had no alternative to it. You look at the information transfers on the internet. You look at the value transfers in our financial institutions like the banks. You also look at gaming sector. We look at our exchange trades, many aspects of our life, which was literally governed strictly by centralized parties. And these centralized parties, we will see in the coming in the body of this article that many of these centralized parties, many of these middlemen, these intermediaries exploited us even to the extent that it was detrimental to the users themselves. We found out that main traders are the ones that are at the highest risk of being exploited, and even worse, many traders do not get to know about this until when it is too late. Thanks to the advent of blockchain technology, this has quite been arrested to a great extent. Notwithstanding, existing blockchain technology still has some shortcomings, which is one of the major reasons why Bumo was the initiative Bumo was created. Um, I think it will be interesting to quickly look at the shortcomings of the existing blockchain technology. You quite agree with me that in this world of ours, whereby blockchain is fast developing and is one of the most fast-paced technology in recent times. You agree with me that there are two founding fathers, there are two leading techs. We have Bitcoin and we have the Ethereum. Those are the most popular ones, that are the world's leading ones. Now, notwithstanding, despite the fact that they are the world leading ones, we find out that their capacity, the volume of transactions that these are able to perform, the two of them are able to perform per second, is quite small. For example, Bitcoin has a maximum capacity of 10 per transactions per second, which is very small. When you look at the volume of transactions that are lined in queue every second, you also look at Ethereum. Ethereum shows great promise. It came after Bitcoin actually. I think a few years after Bitcoin. Notwithstanding, it's just a few miles greater than that of Bitcoin. When you talk about the capacity of transactions able to perform per second, Ethereum has a maximum capacity of 14 transactions per second. This is still very small, still deployable. When you look at the amount of transactions that are always lining the volume, the participants that are on the blockchain, and it's not able to suffice, not able to satisfy them maximally. This is one of the major aspects that Bumo intervene. Bumo shows great promise in the line of efficiency and performance. The protocol that is going to adopt the consensus algorithm and then the distributed um, way it's going to run is such that you have different nodes, distributed nodes, and so it ensures the algorithm and the whole consensus, the proof of how it's going to run is such that transactions will be performed in the shortest possible time, thereby allowing them to perform many transactions. The time taken for verification of transactions will be very minimal, and so will save users from spending excess time on the blockchain, and so they can also, after doing one or two transactions, they can as well return to their normal daily business. That's one of the promises of Bumo. You also look at another shortcoming of existing blockchain technology. Existing blockchain technology requires, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum. I would like to just center on those two because those are the world's leading ones for now. Existing blockchain technology, those two basically, they require a lot of energy for performance. They consume a lot of energy for performance, and I think in terms of the language that is used to describe this is mining. Now, the consumption of this energy is probably part of the reason why it takes time for the processing of some transactions, and so users would have to what one of the incentives that the ways that Bitcoin, I'm sure the team has decided to go around this is to set certain gas fees such that depending on the kind of fees that users attach to their transactions, the faster their transactions. And so it will then mean that those with who are able to peg high gas fees on their transactions do thereby enjoy the speed of the machine. Now, I don't think this is quite interesting, and I'm sure this is another aspect that Bumo is intends to intervene also. Bumo intends to ensure that users' transactions come up very fast, and then all transactions are prioritized almost equally, although there will be some differences obviously, but then the incidence of pegging transactions higher than others basically as a result of the gas fee that are pegged to it, it would not be it will not be obtainable on the Bumo project, and so users are able to perform transactions in the shortest possible time, and are also able to enjoy the experience of using these things for transactions basically. Yeah, there are so many, when you keep looking at it on and on, there are so many aspects that Bumo intends to intervene. Basically, I will just tell you that Bumo intends to improve, to revamp the whole systems of things in the existing blockchain technology. And I must tell you that I'm quite happy, although there are many players that have come on the scene to trying to improve things, the way things are done. We have the likes of GoChain, we have the likes of so many other like that, Subchain and the rest of them. But you quite agree with me that if you look through their white paper and look through their website, you quite agree with me that Bumo shows great promise. And so I stand with Bumo. I also implore you to check more from their website. Thank you very much for your time. If you're very much interested in more information, you can look more from their website, and then you can also check through my article as written there up. Thank you very much for your time.